Hey, welcome to another Sandia Mountain Natural History Center quick trip. Tonight is expected to be the coldest night so far of the winter, at about a 10-degree night. So it's a great night to go camping, right? I hope so. In an earlier video we had mentioned fatwood, and fatwood is usually pine that has a ton of resin in it. And if you remember that video, the tree climbing video, said that it made a good fire starter, and it really does. So what we're going to do is flare it out a little bit to really give it a good chance of getting lit, and that's what we're going to use to get our fire started. So this fatwood is usually found where a branch comes into the tree, or right at the ground level. And what happens is it just collects a lot of resin and things, and that resin is what makes trees extremely flammable. So you can see it is torching right up in there. We're just going to feed that, keep it going. So earlier today, the forecast was for a low of 11 degrees tonight, but now we're seeing just before sunrise 18 degrees. So we'll see. Maybe it won't be as cold as we expected. Last night it got down to 11.5 degrees, cold enough to freeze some pipes here at the Sandia Mountain Natural History Center. Camera's not really liking zooming in on the moon tonight, but it's a crystal clear night. And that's one of the reasons why it's so cold, is on a cloudy night, the clouds that can actually hold in heat. Tonight we were just losing all that heat, and that's how we get bitter cold. So it's actually a practical reason for making popcorn besides being hungry. It's good to have a little bit of food in your stomach as you go to bed on a cold night like this, because it'll help your digestive system, generate some heat, and it'll actually keep you a little bit warmer to have a snack. I survived the night. Actually slept pretty good. I'm going to get up and I'll show you how I was able to make it through a very cold night. It appears that it got down to 14 degrees, maybe colder. Yeah, let me show you how we did that with a couple special tricks up my sleeve. So there's a few keys and a few tricks to staying warm, more than just a warm sleeping bag. Number one, I got myself up off the ground. Alright, the ground is going to be just pulling heat from your body all night. So my first layer was this foam pad, and that's the only layer where nature was not helping me. The second layer was actually deer hide, and we'll look at a little bit closer how deer stay warm in the winter with their coats. The next layer was a wool blanket. wool is awesome for winter camping. It actually keeps you warm when it's wet because it goes through something not absorption, but adsorption. So what that does is actually through, you gotta Google it. I don't know, I tried to learn it, but it actually can release some heat when it gets wet due to water vapors bonding with the fat fibers or something. I don't know. You gotta look that one up. But it will insulate when it's wet. And then we had 2 down sleeping bags. And down comes from bird feathers, the inner feathers, and it holds a lot of air. That's the key. It holds a lot of air. So as your body warms that air up, it holds it close to your body, and that's how down is able to keep you warm. And I use 2 down bags. I use this old military bag and then a down quilt over top. Got down to about 14 degrees. When I woke up it was 19 in the tent, but I was toasty warm. The hides I used on my bed last night were not deer hides like you find on deer in the wintertime. This is more about what you would find in the wintertime. And what's interesting, it's probably very hard to see on camera, but there are 2 types of hair. There are sleek outer hairs that are going to let the animal move through the woods and all. And then there are inner hollow hairs. And those hollow hairs are actually what's going to trap the animal's body heat and keep it warm. Another great feature of wool is you can tend to the fire and not worry about burning holes in your sleeves or all, because wool is fire resistant. I wouldn't want to be getting near the fire with a nylon jacket or anything, but with wool you don't have to worry about it. Well, thanks for joining us on another Sandia Mountain Natural History Center quick trip, and I hope you enjoyed watching that half as much as I enjoyed making it. The main takeaway, though, is get outside. Even in the wintertime, there are adventures that you can do fun and safely and enjoy the outdoors and learn about our amazing world and in New Mexico here, our special state. We'll catch you on the next one.